all the stuff that I have missed from the last couple of days. Before we talk about the Duelist Cup, I want to do one thing. Is I want to catch up with German nationals as well as UK nationals. That's a long recap. I mean, yeah, I haven't looked at stuff in a long time, and I feel like there was a lot of stuff happening over the course of the weekend. But yeah, before we hop into the Duelist Cup recap and all that stuff, and then we also play some Master Duel, I want to take a look at what's been going on in the TCG. I tried to follow German nationals and UK nationals a little bit on the side while I was playing the Duelist Cup, but I wasn't able to because it's just like sometimes I had it running, but I just didn't pay attention because I was focused on my games. And every once in a while I would like look over and see who was playing the feature match, but I didn't really get to see much of it. So I want to check in with the TCG format at the moment. You know, did Mitsurugi perform? Did Malice perform? Any other stuff that happened? So we're gonna hop right in. There was multiple big nationals over the course of the last weekend, of course, but the biggest two were by far German nationals with 2,250 duelists, which is pretty big, and UK nationals with 1,100 duelists. And as far as the results go here, I know what the decks that won, but basically I want to look into the other statistics and stuff like that. I don't want to go into too much detail with like watching deck profiles and everything, but just like a little bit of a look what was going on here. So German Nationals was won by Blue Eyes out of all things, which is very interesting because Blue Eyes has not really been well represented, as the info on German Nationals is not complete on this site as of now. There's some decks missing for top 64, but it looks like it was the only Blue Eyes in top 64 that went all the way until and won the entire thing, which is crazy. Congratulations. That's definitely not something that I expected. I mean, I saw Emre doing well with Blue Eyes at French Nationals, but like I didn't expect it to win German Nationals. And this is the list that they used. I believe for the most part, it's relatively standard. You got like the 40 cards, you got the Drolls, the Charmies, no Perulia in the main deck. No Perulia at all, actually. We got some Veilers, of course. We got some Bells. Yeah, it seems pretty accurate for a current Blue Eyes list in the TCG. And then we have second place, Ryziel, Heraldic Beast, which seems to be a deck that's like kind of up and coming in the TCG at the moment. It's been doing really well at a lot of nationals, I feel like. I remember it doing pretty well at Italian nationals as well. I think it got second place at Italian nationals as well. It's a scary deck, man. Ryziel Heraldic Beast is probably the deck with the strongest turn one in the current game. Because the Heraldic Beast combos are very crazy. Like it can do basically as many rank 4s in a turn as you want if you don't get Droll and Lockbirded, as well as being able to spam rank 4s means you can also make Banshee, and it can play Protoss and Eschatos, which in general is one of the problems I have with the TCG at the moment. Even though I do still think TCG is in a much healthier spot than Master Duel, still there's a couple of cards I feel like the current TCG format is just like, I don't want to say ruined because I don't think it's a bad format, but like there's a couple of cards that heavily impact my enjoyment of the format. And like basically what Master Duel has in the form of like Maxi and Snake Eyes and Tenpai still being legal, in TCG that's like Protoss, Feather Storm, and like Droll and Lockbird and Lancia are like honorable mentions. Droll and Lockbird is an honorable mention because it's like kind of necessary with how much these decks are doing right now. So I don't enjoy Droll and Lockbird, but I think they need to do something about like the power level of some of these decks before they can handle Droll and Lockbird. But it's mainly like, you know, like there's still a good amount of floodgates, and like that's kind of annoying. But yeah. Other than that, bro, Mitsurugi, German Nationals was, it feels like, pretty dominated by Mitsurugi. No Malice in top 4, no Malice in top 8, 2 Malice in top 16. Yeah. I mean, there was Malice in top 64, but like it was significantly less than Mitsurugi, and they kind of fell off after top 32. I guess they got Lancet in top 32 or something. But yeah, is there any other crazy stuff here that we can talk about? Okay, so why is this one a Mitsurugi Ryziel deck and this one is a Ryziel Mitsurugi deck? Bro, they're like almost the same. Wow, okay. Mermail Odeon went top 16. That's cool. Got some Memento here. Multiple Mementos in top 32. Mitsurugi. What? Mitsurugi. Why is there a Millennium Ankh? Oh, it's just Millennium cards, but not actually Millennium. Okay. Hey, they're doing the Master Duel thing. Sengenjin into... Ah, but they're not making Zombie Vampire. Okay. Master Duel Andy, dude. Yeah, more Mitsu. Some Memento. A Crystron Soldier. I respect it. Yeah, okay. That's German Nationals. UK Nationals. Won by Cormac Adams with Mitsurugi Ryziel. Congratulations. Was a different structure of a tournament because they had 1,100 duelists, which means 11 rounds top 32, whereas German Nationals was 12 rounds top 64. So in general, lower numbers are to be expected when it's half the top cut. Here, Malice had the upper hand a little bit in top 32. There was 7 Malice and 6 Mitsurugi. Some unknown factors, of course. Yeah, won by Mitsurugi Ryziel, which is probably the deck you expect to win a tournament at the moment. It is more like it's more Mitsurugi heavy than Ryziel heavy here. Of course, we're playing some Ryziels as starters, but there's no Ryziel Cross. And it does play the mirror with pre-prep and the Futsu package, which is cool. I like that version a lot more. It's more pleasant to play against as well. Yeah, Bell in top 16. That's interesting. Other than that, Tearlaments. What are you doing? 41 cards with the little power tool guy, Revolution Synchron, to make Ancient Fairy or Black Rose. Okay. Fiendsmith cards. That seems fun. Pilgrim Reaper, 5 Beatrice. That's crazy. Memento. Regenesis Bestial. That's based. Tenpai. Okay. I mean, yeah. There is, quite frankly, not that much to talk about here because for the most part, it is interesting to see some of the individual decks that were doing well. And of course, it's interesting to see which deck was able to take it all the way. We are basically now nearing the end of the format, right? Like, we are basically, like, Alliance Inside format, at least from my perspective. I mean, there's still some locals to be played, and so on and so forth. But yeah, so close, Sag. Oh, you made top 4. That's still good, but yeah, it's so close. Yeah, Sag. Who did you lose to? Did you lose to Cormac, or did you get Malice? Please tell me you at least lost to Cormac, Jordan. Don't tell me you got Malice. Say it ain't so. Malice? Oh, God damn it. Some part of me knew that you were going to say Malice. Okay, well, yeah, I feel for you. Crystron top 4, though. That's based. Mistaken Arrest OP. Yeah, I mean, Mistaken Arrest is just another one of those cards, man. Yeah. Yeah. Look, man, Yu-Gi-Oh! Players are just very good at finding the best floodgates in a format. That is just kind of what it is. I feel like as much as I dislike Best of One, I genuinely feel like the side deck is maybe a concept that needs to be reworked. I'm gonna say it carefully. Because I like Best of 3, But like the way that like the side deck is used, sometimes it's based because people just take out some cards that are unusable in a matchup, and they take like put some better cards in, like when people side deck Bystials or Ashes or Nibiru's or whatever, right? That's completely fine. But like the amount of floodgates that people side sometimes is kind of disgusting. How would you fix it? I don't know, man. Maybe, hear me out. I feel like someone has made this suggestion before, but maybe we need a ban list for the side deck. And that's where all some of the floodgates go that are like not popular enough to justify just banning them on the real ban list. But like you put Mistaken Arrest and D-Barrier and so on and so forth on the side deck ban list. I don't know, man. The more I think about it, though, I think it wouldn't be that hard to just ban those cards as well. Like it's not that difficult. We don't need a crazy workaround. To be fair, we could just ban those cards and be normal about it. But yeah, yeah. Actually, no, I take it back. Those cards, all the cards I just listed, they should probably just be banned, and we would not be talking about this. Yeah. Well, yeah, that is the state of TCG at the moment. I think for the most part, these engines, these decks are fine. I think some of them in combination are a little bit too strong. Specifically, Ryziel is a deck that I always thought as the pure form was fine. The way it's being splashed right now makes decks a little bit too powerful. I think they should handle that. But for the most part, I think the engines in TCG I'm pretty fine with. And that includes Malice. Even though I don't enjoy the play pattern of Malice, I will say I think the power level of the deck is probably overall okay. Maybe like a slight hit to it. But for the most part, I don't actually think Malice is like... I don't think it's too powerful. That was never my argument. Especially at the moment, I don't think Malice is too powerful. I think if you look at these upcut spreads, I think it is pretty obvious that there's no deck that is dominating everything right now. You know, of course, Mitsurugi and Malice are the most popular ones, but even between the two, sometimes that deck is more popular, then that deck is more successful, and there's a lot of other stuff that is still doing well. Like the diversity-wise, I think the current format is fine, and most of the engines are at a fine power level. I think there's more like individual cards that need to be looked at. Like I'm talking Protoss, I'm talking maybe hand looping in general, I'm talking floodgates in general. That's just something that needs to be handled, I think. But yeah, other than that, the TCG is pretty fun right now. I mean, I had a good time at French Nationals as well, playing the format. But next up, we're gonna have to see Duelist Advance release date. When is it changing? July 4th. So before NAWCQ. Yeah, so we're 2 weeks away from Duelist Advance. So Duelist Advance is going to be legal for the NAWCQ, and it's going to be legal for Euros. And that's basically the end of national season is also going to mark the end of Alliance Inside format. So next up on the horizon is we're gonna then soon take a look at Duelist Advance in anticipation of NAWCQ and Euros, of course, and we're gonna see how this format is gonna develop with the new cards. Yeah. You better play Striker at Euros, dude. There's like we don't know yet. We're gonna talk about that next, of course, the Master Duel Worlds qualifier situation. But in case it was enough and Quantal qualified us for Worlds, there was like some percentage of me that wanted to play Necros at Euros, but now I can't because the set has been delayed to August.